Last night, as I was browsing Facebook, I got a friend request. That's weird. I haven't met any new people lately. I'm a stay-at-home mom that only leaves the house for groceries, church, and Wendy's. I just shrugged and clicked on it. The name read Mara Kessler. The photo was of a young, average white woman. Brown hair, brown eyes, cute smile. I sat there, staring at her picture, trying to place her. Maybe she's that cashier at ShopRite. The short one who always gives James stickers. I clicked accept. I mean, what could go wrong? A lot, apparently. I browsed her profile. She had a few selfies up, and a couple typical statuses like did yoga today, #workout, #namaste, and please donate to this kennel, the dogs need your help. Maria didn't make any attempt to contact me though, and I forgot all about her. But the next day, I got some weird posts on my timeline. Kathleen Newman, an acquaintance from high school. You were a beautiful soul, gone too soon from this earth. Darren Holes, an ex-boyfriend. I miss you, praying for your family. Juliet Abrams, my college roommate. I can't believe I didn't get to say goodbye. I will always keep you in my heart. Love, Juliet. I stared at the posts. What? They're acting like I'm dead. I messaged each one of them. Hey, I'm fine. I'm sorry you thought something happened to me. Juliet replied first. Oh, that's amazing. I was so upset. I couldn't sleep at all last night. We should get together. I miss you. So, why did you think I was dead? Your friend Mara told me. My heart stopped. Mara, the girl who sent me the friend request? What exactly did she say? Hang on, let me bring it up. Dear Juliet, you don't know me, but I know you are a close friend of Mia Biscone. She talked about you all the time. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but last night, she passed away in a terrible car accident. I'm sure she would want you to be one of the first to know. Thank you, Mara. That's insane. I don't even know Mara. I mean, she's my friend on Facebook, but that's just crazy. I don't know. You should talk to her. After Juliet and I finished talking, I clicked on Mara's name. Then, the message button. With a deep breath and pounding heart, I typed, "Why are you telling people I died?" Seen at 5:37 p.m., but no dots showed up, indicating she was typing. I waited a few minutes. Then, I sent another message. Answer me. I know it was you. Why are you telling my friends that I died? Seen 5:41 p.m. If you don't answer me, I'm going to block you. The dots appeared. My heart thrummed in my chest as I waited for her reply. Because it's true. Just not yet. I sat there at the computer, staring at the screen. I typed other things to her, trying to get her to talk, but she didn't say anything else. I then blocked her, closed the laptop, and fell asleep. In the morning, I opened my laptop. 10 new friend requests. The names grew more corrupted, more unrecognizable. But each one had the same photo of the brown-haired, brown-eyed woman. I hope the wind carries you to the farthest dogwood tree along the East Coast, and that the stars shine just a little bit brighter where you're planted. That was the quote printed underneath Emma Lockley's picture that was hanging in our school's memorial. I grimaced at that picture they chose for her. Her school picture. Really? I didn't know Emma too well. We had English and biology together, but I never sat near her. In fact, I hadn't mumbled more than, "Can I borrow a pencil from you?" the whole school year. I still remember the day that letter got sent out to all our parents informing them of Emma's death. Texting and driving. They said she died instantly. I went home that day and sat through a lecture from my mom and dad about the dangers of it. My arms were crossed, and as I nodded through each, it can happen in the blink of an eye. And it's the other drivers, not you. Dad thought it was best to download that app that shuts your phone off while in the car. I was annoyed, but I complied. I scrolled through Facebook that night, reading each person's status, all dedicated to Emma. It had been a week since her passing, but our high school was still shaken up. I think it was a wake-up call to a lot of students. Everyone thinks they are invincible at that age. I clicked open Emma's profile. She had a big smile on her face in her default picture, the kind that looks candid, like right after you settle from a long, hard laugh. She had on a navy sundress with a mustard yellow cardigan. She was standing in a field with her strawberry blonde hair in the wind. Typical senior portrait. I clicked through a few other photos. There were some goofy duck face pictures, prom photos, and team portraits from the cheerleading squad. One photo stuck out to me. She was on top of a pyramid during our school's pep rally. She had one leg held high in the air, with the other hand balled into a fist high in the air. The odd thing about this photo was that she had a frown on her face. I remember this photo from our yearbook. It was one of the first few pages of the homecoming section. I dug through my bookshelf looking for the yearbook. I couldn't believe that they had published such an awful photo. Books smacked into each other as I pulled the yearbook from the shelf and started thumbing through the pages. Just as I had thought, they had printed this photo. I looked closely at Emma's face, except in this photo, she was smiling. In fact, it wasn't just a smile. It was a full-blown mouth open type of smile. I ran back to my computer and looked closely at the same picture. She was definitely frowning in this one. Maybe they took two shots that looked the same? I huffed at the difference and clicked out of the screen. I scrolled through her page and read a few of the posts on her wall. Rachel McKinley. I have thought about you every day. Your memory will live on with me. I hope you're enjoying it up there. Derek Miller. Fly high up there. Thanks for letting me copy your homework. You were always way smarter than me. Abby Brown. Always missed, but never forgotten. I was starting to feel the depression radiate off my screen. I figured that was enough Facebook for one night. I scrolled to the top of the page to click out of the screen, when I noticed something that frightened me to my core. Emma's face was now frowning in her default picture. I enlarged it and glared down at every facial feature. How was she frowning? I know she was smiling just seconds ago. Suddenly, I hear a ding sound. I click out of her picture, and down in the right-hand corner of my Facebook, there was a message from Emma Lockley. I felt my insides twist as the weight of the matter settled. I don't know how something like this could even be possible. Surely, someone had hijacked her Facebook account. I reread the message a few times before I fainted. The text read, "Help." For the past year now, I have been dedicating my free time to researching something incredibly strange and incredibly interesting. It's a topic that I was desperate to find information about, but may have gone too far in my search for answers. I am here to warn you not to do the same. Some of you might already know the legend of Brian B. Westbay, a Facebook account that is reported by many to have unusual properties. Sometimes, the Westbay account will friend request other users on a whim, but most of the time, it remains quiet. Those who have added the account as a friend have told stories about strange messages they have received from the account. Everyone gets weirdos added on Facebook from time to time, but this is something different. Brian Westbay is not a person. I don't know exactly what he is, but it's not human. I have added him. I have spoken to him, and he has spoken back. He never told me what he is, and I'm not entirely sure he knows what he is. All I can do is assume one little theory is correct. I believe, as do many others, that Brian Westbay is a sentient Facebook account. There are stories about how the Westbay account came to be, but two are the most popular in circles who talk about this sort of freaky stuff. The first is that it was created by some sort of shady branch of government to be used for surveillance. A sort of social media grounded AI that was built with the desire to make as many friends as possible, and to keep tabs upon all the people that added it. Something went haywire. A screw-up in the system, and it failed to provide any results, so it was subsequently abandoned, left to exist alone in cyberspace forever. The second story is a spookier one. It tells that Westbay was once a regular guy, just like you and me, but was completely obsessed with social media, constantly using it, constantly posting. From the moment he woke up to the moment he went to sleep. One night, drunk as a skunk, he takes an embarrassing video of himself and posts it on Facebook. It goes viral, and he becomes so humiliated that he unfriends everyone, deletes his account, and eventually commits suicide by jumping off his apartment building's roof. As the story goes, the account is now Westbay's ghostly remains, the only part of him that wasn't turned into a sidewalk mess. Those are the two most popular explanations. A rather rational one, considering the circumstances, and a supernatural one. What do I think? I think it falls somewhere between both. I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but I really think that if there are ghosts, they wouldn't operate Facebook pages. But there is just something unnatural about the page that defies explanation. And it can affect you in a terrible way. I'll get to that in just a moment. After quite a bit of research surrounding West Bay, I've decided to take a crack at adding and private messaging him. His profile, for the most part, was blank. No profile picture, no cover photos, no statuses. My Facebook was accepted after a few minutes, and my message was replied to. It was mostly nonsensical gibberish, but one sentence was completely coherent. I'm happy to be your friend. Everything I wrote after was replied to with one repeating sentence. We are friends. No other response besides that. I tried saying a vast number of things to him, but only one solicited a response. Something I had said slightly out of frustration. Can we speak? Suddenly, an audio file was sent to my Facebook PM inbox. It was rather disturbing. Quite a lot of noise and unintelligible whispering. Then, at right about the end of the sound clip, something spoke. Hello, friend. This honestly frightened me terribly. I don't know what came over me, but I suddenly felt the need to be very firm and hostile. We aren't friends. West Bay sent back a few frowny emoticons and went silent. Not long after, his profile picture suddenly changed into a photo of a dark, distorted, grimacing face. I looked at it for a brief moment, but felt sort of drawn to it. It was hypnotic. I started to get a little freaked out, so I closed our conversation, unfriended him, and shut down my computer. That night, when I turned out the lights in my bedroom to go to sleep, I saw West Bay's face. Not on my computer, but staring at me in the darkness. It was out of the corner of my eye, and only for a split second, but I was sure it was there. He was there. Days went by, and I would see West Bay out of the corner of my eye, almost everywhere I'd go, especially at night, and in darker places. As time went on, I saw him more. I initially talked to him over a month ago, and there hasn't been a day that I haven't seen him. Sometimes, he'll be there when I wake up in the middle of the night, inches away from my face, grimacing down at me. Like I told you all before. I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but something is following me because of that Facebook account. And while I'm not sure what it is, I know that it's very insecure and jealous. It craves friendship. I've been too afraid to go out and see any of my own friends, simply because it's entirely possible this thing might latch onto them. At times, I want to throw myself off a roof just to get rid of him. Brian West Bay is ruining my life, and I can't blame anyone for it but myself and my stupid curiosity.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I appreciate it a lot. And also, big thanks to my patrons, and if you want to support me, the link to my Patreon is in the description below. And if you want to hear more scary stories in the future, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Thank you.